Imagine this. You're in a room full of people, all chasing the same thing: success. Some of them play fair. They work hard. They stay true to their values. They believe in merit, in goodness, in justice. But others, they lie. They manipulate. They step on anyone who gets in their way. And yet, it's often the ruthless ones who rise the highest. Why? Is the world truly rigged in favor of the worst among us? Look around. History, politics, business. Everywhere you look, you'll find examples of individuals who, despite their lack of morality, manage to reach extraordinary heights. From ruthless emperors to cutthroat CEOs, the pattern repeats itself. But here's the thing. This isn't just a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's a feature of human nature, baked deep into our psychology, our evolution, our society. In a world where resources are limited, competition is inevitable. And those who hesitate, those who cling to fairness, often get left behind. Meanwhile, those who are willing to exploit, deceive, and dominate, they rise. And this harsh reality confronts us with a painful question. Is morality a weakness in the pursuit of power? But here's the paradox. While the worst people often succeed in the short term, history is also filled with stories of their downfall. So the real question isn't just why they rise, but whether their success can last. And even deeper than that, what does this mean for those of us who refuse to abandon our principles? Friedrich Nietzsche saw power as a raw force of life, not good, not evil, just real, undeniable. To understand why the worst often succeed, we have to understand power itself. And to do that, we need to enter one of Nietzsche's most explosive, most dangerous ideas. Let's go deeper. Imagine two warriors on a battlefield. One is strong, decisive, fearless. He doesn't wait. He takes what he wants. He bends the world to his will. The other? He hesitates. He waits for permission. He seeks fairness. He believes that virtue will protect him. Now, which one survives? Which one rules? Nietzsche believed that morality was not universal. It's not some divine truth that descends from the heavens. It's a product of power struggles, a battlefield of values. He saw two competing moralities, master morality and slave morality, and they explain everything. Master morality is the morality of the strong, the rulers, the creators, the conquerors. It values strength, ambition, courage, and the will to power. What's good is what enhances your ability to dominate, to create, to overcome. The master doesn't seek validation. He defines his own worth. He shapes his own destiny. He sees weakness not as something sacred, but as something to transcend. Slave morality, by contrast, is the morality of the oppressed, the powerless, those who cannot impose their will and instead survive by adapting. Slave morality doesn't celebrate strength, it fears it. It glorifies humility, obedience, and suffering. It teaches that power is evil, and that being weak is somehow noble. Nietzsche saw slave morality as a psychological survival mechanism, a moral system created by those who lacked the power to dominate. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Slave morality doesn't stop the rise of the ruthless. It enables it. By condemning ambition, by shaming strength, it leaves power in the hands of those who don't care about morality at all. While the noble-hearted hesitate, those who embrace master morality take control. And in a world where hesitation is defeat, the results are inevitable. So, what now? Should we abandon morality altogether and become ruthless? Or is there a path where strength and virtue don't have to be enemies? To answer that, we must look deeper into the psychology of power itself. Picture a vast wilderness, no rules, no fairness, only survival. In this world, morality means nothing. What matters is strength. What matters is the will to act, without apology. The lion doesn't ask for permission to hunt. The The storm doesn't explain itself. Nature doesn't reward virtue, it rewards dominance. And beneath the thin layer of laws and manners, human society follows the same primal logic. The battle for power still rages. And those who rise to the top often share one disturbing trait: ruthlessness. Not cruelty, necessarily, but decisiveness, a lack of guilt, an ability to act even when others freeze. This isn't a mistake. It's an adaptation. Psychologists have studied this. What do successful people in high-stakes environments tend to have in common? High ambition, low fear response, and, controversially, a reduced sense of empathy for those in their way. No, they're not all psychopaths. But many have learned to silence the emotional brakes that stop others from acting. That's why they win. From Julius Caesar to modern titans of industry, the pattern is clear. Hesitation is a weakness, and power, it's seized, not given. But here's where it flips. Ruthlessness may take you far, but it can also destroy you. Because the same traits that lead someone to the top can be the very traits that tear them down. History is full of tyrants who thought they were invincible, until they weren't. So does this mean morality is doomed? Not exactly. But to understand how to survive with our integrity intact, we need to confront the most seductive illusion in the modern world. From the moment we're born, we're told a story. The world is fair. Hard work pays off. Goodness is rewarded. Justice always wins. But then, we grow up, and we realize the world doesn't work that way. The hardest workers are often the poorest. The most honest don't always lead. The kindest people are the most hurt. This isn't an error in the system. This is the system. Fairness is a social construct. It's a narrative meant to preserve order, not reflect reality. Power and success aren't distributed by merit. They're taken. They're hoarded by those who understand the game. Psychologists call this the just world fallacy. The belief that people get what they deserve. It's comforting, but dangerous, because it makes us passive. It teaches us to wait for justice, to expect the universe to reward our goodness. Meanwhile, the ruthless keep moving. So now the real challenge emerges. Do we abandon morality altogether? Do we become predators? Or is there a third path? There is, but it requires transformation. The mistake most people make is thinking we only have two options: be ruthless or be victims. But Nietzsche offers a third way, a higher path, a terrifying, liberating alternative. The path of the Übermensch, the Overman. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff. Behind you is the world you've always known, full of lies, comfort, illusion. Ahead of you is the unknown, a path that only the bold can walk. Most people retreat, but a few take the leap. The Übermensch doesn't wait for the world to crown him. He doesn't seek approval. He creates. The Übermensch is not ruthless for the sake of power. He doesn't manipulate out of insecurity. His power is self-generated, rooted in self-mastery, in vision, in will. He doesn't dominate because he's empty. He leads because he's full. He is not bound by the morality of the weak, but neither is he enslaved by cruelty. He builds, he transcends, he becomes. And this is the key. The worst people may climb the ladder through deception, but they will never transcend. Their victories are temporary, but the Übermensch plays the infinite game. He creates something greater than himself. So how do we follow that path? How do we rise in a brutal world without becoming brutal ourselves? This is where it gets real. Stop expecting the world to be fair. It never was. The strongest people learn this early. They don't waste time whining about injustice. They learn the rules, then bend them. This isn't about abandoning your ethics. It's about recognizing that power is neutral. Those who understand it, wield it. Those who don't, are ruled by it. Many fail because they believe kindness alone will carry them. But power is rarely granted. It must be taken or earned through value. This doesn't mean becoming cruel. It means becoming aware. It means developing strategic empathy, reading people deeply, understanding their motives, anticipating their betrayals, without becoming like them. Most people are ruled by fear, fear of rejection, fear of standing alone, fear of making the hard choice. The Übermensch walks forward anyway. He embraces discomfort, takes risks, creates opportunities where none exist. There's a difference between blind ruthlessness and controlled ruthlessness. One is destruction without direction. The other is clarity without apology. Sometimes power means walking away, saying no, confronting harsh truths, being misunderstood. That's not cruelty. That's strength. And that's why the truly powerful don't fall. Because their power isn't built on manipulation. It's built on creation. They don't take, they build. Let's end with this. Is power evil, or is it simply misunderstood? Nietzsche never saw power as something dark. He saw it as something necessary, not a tool to oppress, but a force to transcend. Yes, power reveals, it exposes, it can corrupt, but it can also liberate. The will to power in its highest form isn't about controlling others. It's about overcoming yourself, about becoming something more. So here's the truth. Power is not something to fear. It's something to master, through discipline, through strength, through self-overcoming. And if this journey into power, morality, and the dark psychology of success has opened your eyes, then subscribe to the Psyphora, like the video. Share this message, and remember, the world doesn't reward the kind. It rewards those who are strong enough to stay kind, in a world that rewards the worst.